Students, good morning. Again, welcome back to our online class of class 8th Science. Students, today we are going to study about the same chapter, chapter number 13, and this is the part 2nd of this chapter. In this part, as previously that I have told you in the first part of this chapter about the sound and how the sound is produced. Now today we are going to study about that how the sound propagates or it travels. So in this part we are going to study that what are the requirements that are needed by a sound to travel. So these things that we are going to discuss in this chapter one by one. So let's know about that how the sound travels. How does sound travels from one place to another? There is one question that arises in your mind that how this sound travels and reaches to our ears. Now we are going to know about that how the sound travels and reaches to our ears. As we know that the sound is heard mainly due to the vibration. Means that if anything vibrates, it produces the sound. So the vibration can be transferred from one material to another material, that causing that material to vibrate, and that vibration produces sound and that sound is heard to us. Now, how this sound travels is any requirement of a medium that makes the sound to travel and reaches to our ears. So this thing that we are going to discuss in this chapter, there are some activities also. With the help of that we are going to know that the sound, how this sound travels and reaches to our ears. Now let's look at here. There's one diagram that is given to you. Hitting a ruler on a desk and make the ruler vibrate back and forth. When you hit the ruler on a desk, makes the ruler vibrate back and forth. It starts vibrating and that makes the sound to hear. And when it starts vibrating, it produces the sound. So if anything vibrates, it produces the sound. So here also when this scale vibrates, it produces the sound. Now there is one activity that is given to you here. Can the sound travel through solid? In this activity we are going to know that can this sound travel through the solid? Now we are going to perform this activity. Now in this activity, just look at that there is one diagram that is given to you here. Now in this, let us press your ear on one side of a wooden bench and ask a friend to tap or scratch the other end of the bench lightly. We will hear the sound of tapping or scratching through the wooden bench quite loudly. This means that sound can travel through wood, which is a solid. Now take a meter scale made up of metal and hold its one end close to your ear very carefully and ask your friend to scratch the other end of meter lightly. You will be able to hear the sound of scratching through the metallic meter scale quite loudly, though other persons around you cannot hear the same sound of scratching. This means that the sound can travel. Other persons around you cannot hear the same sound of scratching, and this sound that travels through a medium, and that medium is what? That medium is a solid medium. So in general we can say that the sound travels through the solid substances. So by this activity we just come to know that the sound can travel through the solid substances. So this is the one activity. With the help of that we have known that the solid can travel through the solid substances. Now there is another activity that is given to you here. In this activity what we are going to make? We are going to make a toy telephone. So how we will make this toy telephone? We can make it like this way. Take two open tin cans, each having a small hole at the center of its bottom. Also take about 20 meters long thick thread. Now pass one end of the thread into the hole of one tin can and hold it inside the can by tying it to a pin. Similarly, Pass the other end of the thread into a hole of a second tin can and tied to it another pin. The two tin cans connected by a thread are now held by two children. Just look at the diagram. They are held by the two children and taken as far as possible so that the thread gets stressed tightly. Just look at the diagram that is given to you here. It is shown to you. Now if one child speaks into one tin can, he can be heard by the child at other end who puts his ear to the other tin can. For example, just I am going to give you one example that the child at the left end is speaking into a toy telephone and the child at the right end who is about 20 meters away can hear his sound clearly. In this case of toy telephone, the sound made by the child while speaking travels through a thread which is a solid substance. So here the sound travels through a solid medium, and that solid medium is what? It travels through the thread, and thread is what? It is solid. So with the help of this activity we will come to know that the sound can travel through the solid substances. Now these two activities, with the help of these two activities we will know that the sound can travel through the solids like wood, metal, thread. In fact, the sound can travel through all the solid substances like metals like iron, steel, wood, bricks, stones and glass. Now with the help of this activity we just know that the sound can travel through the solid substances. Now there is another activity that is given to you here. The sound, with the help of this activity we just come to know that the sound cannot travel through the vacuum. So firstly we will know that what is vacuum. Vacuum is that medium where there is no air. If there is no air, it means that vacuum is created. So in this activity we are just going to perform an activity. With the help of that we just come to know that the sound cannot travel through the vacuum. It needs a medium to travel. So the material medium like air is necessary for the transmission of sound. Sound cannot travel through the vacuum or empty space. Now we are going to perform this activity. Here just look at the diagram that is given to you here. A ringing electric bell is placed inside an airtight jar containing air as shown to you in this figure. We can hear the sound of ringing bell clearly, thus when the air is present in the glass jar. So when the air is present in this glass jar, we are able to hear the sound of the ringing bell. The sound can travel through it and reaches to our ears. Now the glass jar containing ringing bell is placed over the plate of vacuum pump, and the air is gradually removed with the help of that vacuum pump from the glass jar by switching on the vacuum pump. As more and more air is removed from the glass jar, the sound of the ringing bell becomes fainter and fainter. And when all air is removed from the glass jar, no sound can be heard at all, though we can still see the clapper striking the bell. Thus, when the vacuum is created in the glass jar, then the sound of the ringing bell placed inside it cannot be heard. And this shows that the sound cannot travel through the vacuum. So with the help of this activity, we just come to know that the sound cannot travel through the vacuum. So it needs a medium. It needs a medium to travel. That medium may be air or gases. That medium may be solid medium or the liquid medium. So with the help of this activity, we just come to know that the sound needs a medium to travel and it cannot travel through the vacuum or empty space. Now there is another activity, and this activity is given to you. In this activity we just come to know that the sound can also travel through liquid medium. So we are going to perform this activity, and there is one diagram that is given to you here. In this, firstly take a bucket, or we can take a bathtub, fill it with clean water, take a small bell in one hand. Just look at the diagram. A boy is sticking a small bell in its one hand. Shake this bell inside the water to produce the sound, and just start shaking this bell in order to produce the sound. make sure that the bell does not touch the body of the bucket, and you just make sure that it does not touch the body of the bucket or the tub. Now place your ear gently on water surface and be careful that the water should not enter into your ears. Can you hear the sound of the bell? Does it indicate that the sound can travel through the liquid? Yes. Yes, here also we are able to hear the sound of the bell because the sound can travel through the liquid also. So with the help of this activity, we just come to know that the sound can travel through the liquid also. So from the above two activity, we just come to know that the sound can travel through the solid, it can travel through the liquid, but it cannot travel through the vacuum. Vacuum means where there is no any kind of medium, empty space. When there is no air, it means that there is vacuum. So the sound cannot travel through the vacuum, but it can travel through the gaseous medium, it can travel through the solid medium, and it can travel through the liquid medium. So this is about that the diagram that is given to you about this. I have already explained you about this activity, and we have studied about all the three activities today, and with the help of that we just come to know that how the sound travels. So the conclusion that we will get after performing this activity is that sound needs a medium to travel. Medium may be solid medium, liquid medium, or the gaseous medium, but it cannot travel through the vacuum. Vacuum means empty space where there is no air. So in this part we just come to know that how the sound propagates or how the sound travels. It travels through a medium. It requires a medium. That medium may be solid medium, liquid medium, or the gaseous medium. So this is the topic that I have covered today. There are some more topics that are remaining in this chapter. Very soon we are going to come with all the other topics of this chapter. So today the things that I have told you, you must revise it, and whatever the questions that is related to the topics that I have told you today, must try to solve it yourself. So students, be happy and do your studies well. Thank you.